Greetings, totally sort of impromptu video this time. So much has happened today. I don't even know where to start. Well, actually, I'll tell you where we're going to start, because this is a bit of a big bang, really. It's just a theory, though. But we're going to have a new character coming on this channel soon. Funny enough, his name's Jimmy. Me being James, but there's no hand tricks, and there's not going to be any burning of any guitars either, but that'll make sense. Some of you may have even clicked on that one. Just depends what you've looked at. It's all irrelevant, really, but it's just a big game, so I can play a game as well. So next video, this new character is going to come on, and we're going to talk about meditation techniques and things like that. Not just for meditation, there's wider implications of it all, which you got nothing to lose by trying. But these characters that come on this show, Buzz-Zinger. Bit of a, this is shell off, not shelled on. But need to think about a few things. Thought, word and deed. Be careful what you say, be careful what you text, be careful what you write. Because all these electronic devices, not only are they very easy to edit and update, like the wiki entries, always mysteriously within a month. Whatever you look at, always been updated very, very recently. It's amazing. Anonymously, of course, but see, the thing is with electronic stuff, you got to think back. Let's go back to where it all began, with a flood. So your first bits of land, you can build a cast L, and what normally goes round a cast L, which is water, which is a moat. But now, with this flood of information, you have a Re-Mote control. Simple, really, isn't it? Everything is a mirror. There's a pattern to it all. It's quite incredible what's coming to me. Parchment was the first word today. Well, with the vowel shift, if you're saying A, B, C, D, well, P is more likely to be pi. Well, we know what pi is. You stick an arch behind that, and it's meant. You got parchment. Before paper, there was parchment. Remember, you're in the mind of the creator. Now, I mentioned, I think it was the last video, about robbing Peter to pay Paul. Where's St. Paul's? Under a dome. I can think of two for a start, out of three. The other one's between Maryland and Virginia, you know. You can't make this up. That script plays over and over again. It's quite ingeniously funny in a way. But, so yes, Peter, rock, solid foundation, because it's on a foundation of unconditional love. The opposite of that is to build it on a foundation of lies. So you rob Petra, the rock, to pay Paul. And very easy to do. You can all contribute to it if you've got PayPal. PayPal, see? Oh, do have a look, talking of on a very much related subject, do have a look at Niven channel. He's cracked it with star thoughts, showing you the cubes, showing you the overlay on the grid patterns in the Vatican. All roads lead to... But there are those that will take you off the path. You see, with a P or a pi in front of a star, this is why you've got astrology, because it was a star, and then you put a P in front of that, it's a pastor, which is a bit of a mini steer. But what do you really want to see? You got a man in a frock, a white collar embodied, a dog collar embodied in a black mass. But never trust a man in a frock, you know, especially near an altar. And then, of course, another sort of play on the words. Do you see clergyman? It's all there in plain sight. There's several planes. There's an earth plane. There's an etheric plane. There's an astral plane, and so on. They're all planes. A whole lot. It's ironic, really. If you saw yourself as you really are, you're basically a brain and a spine. Now, at the bottom of the spine is 5 fused vertebrae. The lowest level, the hell, the 5, what's represented by a 5. Now you climb your 33 vertebrae, your Jacob's ladder. You've got a brain. You also resemble a sperm. All of you. It's funny, really. But the thing is, how does the sperm get through the shell? But it does, doesn't it? And man is born of water. Man is born from a woman in water, always. That's your first birth. When you have a birth from above, that's something else. 1,260 days, 3.5 years. Let's say if you you could nail someone to a cross, and then it's in the afternoon, mid-afternoon, about 4:30. So that's about half a day, 3.5 days, 1,260 days. You know, see where this is going, and after that the sun will rise again. You know, so it goes. Oh, then that next bit that came today. Now, I've looked at many parish register baptism entries throughout the 18th and 19th century, and I can assure you, of all the names, and I've come across some very unusual names. There was a whole series of biblical names between the late 1700s into the early 1800s. Names like Tryphena, Absalom, Abraham became popular, all the biblical names, at the time when they were having these reformations and church rebuilding. Then this, name Fanny lost popularity for I think for different reasons. But that was an eternal search throughout those baptism registers. But the one name I never came across was Isambard Kingdom as a first name. I mean, come on, that's be a bit cruel to a child. Now, I don't know if you know anything about him, but Paddington in London to Bristol, the Great Western Railway, the last part of that line to be opened up was the Box Hill Tunnel. There's a video called 175 Year Mystery Solved by Railtrack on Isambard Kingdom Brunel's birthday, of all days, which would imply some knowledge of astrological alignments or an interest in Egypt. Because on that particular day, which is his birthday, the sun shines right through that tunnel. Oh, Karnak Temple and many other structures. Certain day of the year where the sun hits the back wall. Funny that, isn't it? Strange coincidences. But, of course, we all know. Notice it's a Box Hill. Cubism again. I can guarantee without even looking at it, it's going to be having that style of Tartarian about it. It's pretty obvious by now. But, hey, what do I know? But things repeat. If you're a carpenter's son, you can be nailed to a cross. If you're a corpse, you can exhume voters, it seems, as well. 78%. But hey, it's all theatre. It's going that way because it's meant to go that way. The big drama. Everything goes on a wave, an upward wave and a downward wave. Like Matt has shown, the last 3 Star Wars films have been made bad on purpose by Disney to disappoint, because all the fans will be looking forward to it. So, negative feeling. You just got to see through it. You can look at a newspaper, read the small print. Well, actually, don't read the small print. Just see that they're tall stories in columns. That's just the only bit you need to know about it. The rest is just a theatre production. The world is a stage, and there's plenty of trapdoors. So, but hey, we can all play characters. We can all play parts. I'm quite in the mood to do that. I might even do some songs and things soon. Got some ideas. They're all created in the imagination, you know. Everything is created in the imagination. But if you don't like where you live, remember you can seek asylum. But they do get a bit overcrowded in the 19th century, to the point where they have to build a railway station to one of them. So you do wonder what was going on. Another funny thought today. Cast your mind back to the first series of Blackadder. The one with Brian Blessed in it, and you've got the plague, and you've got the bell ringer. I wonder if this is going to ring any bells. He's ringing a bell and saying, "Bring out your dead," and then he drops down dead. The irony of that, that is funny. But funny that, and then you have this mystery number of votes. I'm not saying one is better than the other, because life is like a box of chocolates. There's your selection. You can only choose from that selection. That is not freedom of choice. This is what is presented to you. But funny, see the flip thing there? The most stupid character with an IQ of 83 is actually telling you one of the most intelligent things and the most honest things there is. But, you know, but you've also got that dilemma that's set up in people. Let's let that information out about the actor that played in that film. Deliberately made, I mean, just look at Facebook profiles. When you just go down to the films, how many people have got A Green Mile as one of their favourite films? Yeah, it's a brilliant film. But now, if you know the truth or the story that comes out about an actor in that particular film, can you morally watch that film any longer? See the conflict it's creating in the mind, the negative feeling? It's all by design. A grand architect behind it all. It's two-faced, it looks both ways. It's Janus, it's the creator. We've all got that aspect, I can assure you. You're only 9 meals away from being a murderer. Hunger will drive people to walk miles, if we want to go down that fear script. But don't worry about it, because life is but a dream. The can't even say it, look. The spear shaker told you this. Whether it is better to suffer the slings and arrows, perchance to dream, use your imagination. Get round everything with your imagination. Think out the box. But you could be like one of those knights, as shown in the sculptures, as Martin Leaker showed. Look at the parasite. To kill a knight, you don't just chop off the head, you got to pierce the heart. Well, if it's some parasite thing, it's going to disappear out the helmet, isn't it? No one is allowed to see the knight, not even the servants, unless they're in the full costume. But what happens if you're now in an era where you can't go walking round, if you could walk round in that heavy armour, let alone expect a horse to carry you and the armour and all the armour plating and do battle with another knight? Night. But you're going to look a bit odd, unless it's bed knobs and broomsticks, of course. Bit of a truth drop there, I think. But, well, how would you get around that problem? If you can't hide in a suit of armour, have you got a bee in your bonnet? Or perhaps you want to keep it under your hat? Lead lined? Mad Hatter? Lead lined. What's leading you? What's lead? What else is in that hat? What comes out of the hat? Is it a white rabbit? Oh, it's fun, isn't it? We can go round and round and round. But people make the mistake. It's not centrifugal. It's centripetal, and it's centralised paedophilia that is running the whole criminal justice system. It's all there to be seen if you just see it. It's in plain sight, just like the etheric plane. That's the one to go for. Death is just asleep. But hey, for the elected biohazard, you got to admit, dueling banjos, the creepy little bastard plays a good banjo. I'm sure that's him, you know. I think Matt's right. Just look at the eyes, look at the eyes. You know, that's all I'm going to say. Don't abide with me. Come abiding with me, yeah? No? Well. Oh dear. I'm tired of watching repeats. That's all we get on any screen, it seems. Because I'm sure I've said all this before, because the time is always now. Oh, that's just gone again. But I'm going to shut up now. What are we up to? We're up to, 17. Oh dear, shock horror. We're coming up to, we are at 17 minutes. We can make something out of that number, can't we? 1 and 7 is 8. It's endless. It's a loop. It's loopy, really, isn't it? But yeah, that's the other thing. Airships. British airships. What are the two that catch fire? The R101 and the R33. I'll leave you with that one. It's too funny. When you see the bad taste humour in it all. Otherwise, I posted on Facebook earlier. Let's flip the script. Let's have a bit of laughter with it. It's like, hey baby, you want to come and see some ley lines tonight? I'd like to have a look at your star fort. No, shut up. Crude, but not like oil. That's the lifeblood of Earth in this plane of existence. But we're more than that. So nothing can hurt you. Yeah, these are pain bodies. But how long does it last? How long do you want it to last? That's up to you. You know? It's all from up here. Powers. Take control of it all. So yeah, with this, there's a new video series coming up with a new character, and we'll go through all this mind stuff and how to take control of yourself, all based on personal experience, because that's all I can speak from. I can tell you about other things, but is it right? Unless I've tried it for myself, no. I will always try it for myself first, what works for me, but adapt things. So next video we'll talk about that. Oh yes, we're away from 17 minutes now. Shock horror numbers. Oh, careful, mustn't do funny hand gestures, somebody will read something into it. It is so funny, really. Anyway, ta-ta for now. And we got low battery. Oh, perfect timing, eh?